Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Star Flames and we're back with another video. In this video we're gonna talk about Tony Buzbee celebrating a minor victory against JayZ. I don't call it major because even though he got the defamation case against them tossed out, it's not over because I do believe that JayZ is gonna appeal this, because if we know JayZ and have been following his history, we know that JayZ would rather spend all this money fighting legally before he gives it to Tony Buzbee. Now, as you guys remember, JayZ was suing Busby for extortion and defamation, wherein he claimed that Busby sent a demand letter to him, and in the demand letter, it felt as though Busby was holding a gun to his head. JayZ then hired private investigators. A recording was used, which the judge is saying, while it may sound as though Jane Doe is actually admitting that she never wanted to sue Busby, it really is not anything that's smooth enough to be used to say, okay, yes, there is clearly established extortion here. And also, if you guys have been keeping up with my channel, because as you guys know, I give you the facts in the case. Initially, the judge said that Busby did not send a letter to JayZ saying, if you give us XYZ, we will not go to the police or we will not take further actions. And that would be extortion in that sense. But the concern here is the defamation portion that was thrown out. I think that while the extortion should have been thrown out, I don't think the defamation should be thrown out. That's what I believe. Now, when you look at the court documents, it is available on Twitter from Megan Cuniff. It has a thorough explanation as to what led the judge to this decision. I'm going to include the court documents so that you guys can pause it and read it. But I'm just going to give you guys a quick synopsis into all of this because I believe that TMZ just cuts out the BS and gets to it short and sweet, right? Now, first of all, I want you all to know that because the judge has tossed out the case, Busby is moving forward. He's countersuing because he's saying JayZ has to give him all his money back. He wants all back his money for the legal fees. And JayZ has already filed a notice of appeal with the court over the ruling. So, when Busby is saying that JayZ is going to give him back the money, that is not over, and it's not going to be so easy for Busby as Busby, think it's, well, at this point, I don't think that he thinks anything that comes with JayZ is going to be easy. And if he's thinking it's going to be easy, it means that Busby is not learning anything from, JayZ and his people. Now, as I've said, the case, it has been tossed out of court. So that's basically the long and short of it. And Busby is now saying that he will be asking for a lot of money for attorney fees for defending against a meritless case. Now, Tony Buzbee adds, we have a long history of winning. We won't be deterred in our important work. Alex Spear Law Firm represented JayZ in his lawsuit against Busby, which was filed last year after Busby filed a separate lawsuit claiming JayZ awarded a 13-year-old girl alongside Diddy, and Spiro tells tells TMZ, "We are surprised and disappointed by this ruling, which turns on the misapplication of California law of admissibility of the investigators." Spiro says the judge is just asking the higher court to weigh in and make the final decision. That is literally what the judge is doing. And I think the judge is fair, because the judge is saying, I have looked into this, because if you guys remember, when everyone was saying that it was tossed out, I was telling you guys that it was still not tossed out. And the judge is saying it's going to be a tough decision when he arrives at one, and he's still weighing the decision. So what the judge basically did was to say to JayZ, "You're going to have to take this to the Court of Appeal," because I think that, when I look at the details, I cannot see the extortion. The extortion claim is what is bothering the judge. Like, there's nothing, when you look at the laws and what comes under extortion and what is meant by extortion, the judge is not seeing the extortion. But I believe that the defamation portion should have been held up. But what the judge is saying, you know what, JayZ, you're going to take this to the Court of Appeal, because maybe they'll be able to see things differently, and as such, you can get the justice there. But the judge was very thorough, I believe, and very fair. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you like JayZ or whether you like Tony Buzbee. I think we all, if you read the document, you all will see the honesty from the judge. Very transparent, very fair. Now, Megan Cuniff is saying that the page is 62 pages, and she's still sorting out through it. I'm subscribed to her, so whenever she uploads her stuff in details, I have access to all of it. But I just don't go live with it, that information and, details, because as you guys know, I've shared with you all, and I'm very transparent about it. I have Graves' disease, and sometimes I really, really don't have the patience, and I don't have the energy and drive to do it. But all of that is going to change. This is just temporary, because I do follow up on these cases, so I can tell you that that's the reason why I've been able to call a lot of things correctly, because as I've said to you guys, I do take pride in getting the information from the people who are actually in the courtroom reporting on these matters, with unbiasedness and clarity. And that's what I love. The clarity for me will always win. So guys, I'm going to include the most important part from Megan Cuniff for your reference. You can pause the screen and you can go through it for your own availability, so that you have all the details, because I know that a lot of, flawed information is floated around on the internet. And when creators do that, they don't do it to necessarily hurt anyone, because, these platforms are structured a way in which people have to do certain things and stuff to, get numbers, and the numbers is what take care of a lot of people, their family, their medical needs, and, some people, they love to make really good money by any means necessary. But I also believe that, the truth should at least exist somewhere in case you guys want to find it, okay? So that's basically that. I'm leaving that at that for now. That's all there is to it. That's the long and short to it. I could read you guys 101 thing, but the bottom line is the extortion claim. It has been the defamation and extortion claim. It has been tossed out. JayZ has already taken action to appeal, and Tony Buzbee is positioning himself to seek his legal fees, and that's just where it's at. As I've promised, I'm going to keep you guys up to date with the outcome because the appeal is, the appeal process for JayZ is started. I'm going to let you know once that detail becomes available. So stay safe, stay tuned. Remember to subscribe, turn on your notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I upload these kind of videos. Now, if these are your kind of videos also, I want you guys to remember the importance of keeping up to date with them. So you have to like the video. You have to interact with the video so that whenever I go live or premiere or upload a video, you get notified so you know that one of your favorite contents is readily available for you. And that's it. Peace.